Today I'm using the Shigiya CNC cylindrical grinder. We've only recently had this installed. We're learning how to operate the machine a little bit. A guy from Shigiya has given us a couple of days training, and now we're just sort of doing a bit of practice. So today I'm just going to be setting up the machine, trying to grind some diameters, make sure it's running in parallel, and just getting to know the machine a little bit better. It's doing an operation which is dressing the wheel. So when you start up in the morning, you give the wheel a dress with a diamond that's behind there, and that'll get the grinding wheel suited, because it may change, because the wheel can change size depending on how much water's in it, and it only has to change by microns that can affect your job. So you have to be careful when you start up in the next morning. The machine might have cooled down a bit or from the previous day. So things, because it's all highly accurate, things will change. So stuff that you wouldn't normally notice because you're not dealing with such small tolerances, you have to now start to consider. And sizes could change throughout the day as well, depending on the temperature, where the machine is set. So you have to keep an eye on these things. So it's all about learning new techniques to get an accurate job. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to bring the wheel to the job manually, take a measurement, calculate the offset of the wheel, and you should only need to do this once a day, depending on the work the machine's doing, and depending on how accurate you want your grind to be. We'll now go off. So that retracts a known distance. So what I'll do now is I'll measure this diameter, and then we calculate the offset of the wheel. So as you keep dressing the wheel shrinks in size, and it needs to compensate its wheel diameter, so it knows when it goes to a particular size on the screen that it's actually doing what it says it's doing. 99, 605. We're waiting to see if we can see a spark. We know that the wheel's touching. You can put a bit like a texture mark or something on that. Oh, there we go. So that should be, you can see on the dimensions up here, that should be 99.605, which is what I put, size I put in. A little bit under by 10 microns, but we can compensate that on the job later. So we know we're cutting a little bit undersized at the moment, but considering it's only 10 microns at the moment, we can always adjust that later on when we're doing the proper job. So I'm happy with that.